What is going on, guys? Brewer here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about one product stores, how to efficiently test with them, why we're doing them, specifically for TikTok ads, by the way. I don't really recommend them 100% for Facebook ads at the moment, but for TikTok we have been running one product stores. We'll cover why and how to do it in this video. So let's get right into it. I want to cover this fairly quickly because I know it's an easy subject, but I want to show you guys that it is possible to test products on one product stores very quickly and efficiently, and I do think it increases the results by quite a bit. We saw a drastic increase in our success rates when testing when we started doing this, so I recommend if you're testing products on TikTok, follow the things that we talk about in this video because it will help you. So obviously the main reason that I'm testing using one product stores on TikTok is because I simply split tested general stores versus one product stores and a few other things, and one product stores is the one that worked the best. Now, I have seen general stores work good for other people, but I always base my own experiences, my own knowledge, and my own actions on my own experience. So I went out and tested it myself, and in my opinion, one product stores are working a lot better, especially when you do a custom domain, which we'll talk about in the next slide. So the main reason that I'm doing it is because it worked, and I like to continue doing what works when it works. So as soon as I find something that pops off, I like to go all in and just stick with it, and so I can scale it up as big as possible, and one products were just that thing. So now when we get into general versus niche store, the usual conversation is like, oh, it's easier to test products on a general store because you can just swap out your product pages and you just send traffic straight to the product page anyways and whatnot. Well, I agree with this, and if you know my stance on Facebook ads, I 100% recommend testing using general stores on Facebook ads. I have also split tested one product, niche, general, everything under the sun on Facebook, and general stores still work very, very well. I wouldn't say that one or the other works better or worse, but for the sake of the ease of testing, I think general stores work really well in terms of the amount of time that you're putting in. For the mere reason I didn't really see a difference in success rates between general stores and one product stores, I usually recommend to just go with general because it's easier. Now with TikTok ads, it's a little bit different because to my surprise, when I split tested general versus niche in one product actually outperformed the other two by a lot. Like, we're talking about a difference in success rate as in like 1 out of 10 to like 1 out of 4 to 5. So it's definitely worth putting in that little bit of extra effort. And because I found this out, it actually motivated me to build a system to really efficiently build one product stores to kind of get over that initial objection. Because usually the biggest objection with one product stores when you're product testing is like, oh, I don't want to spend that much money or effort on building a new store for every single product that I test. So I kind of handled that objection. I made it over that hurdle, and I built a way to really efficiently test products using one product stores, which I'm going to be showing you in this video. So one thing that is worth mentioning and worth talking about is general domains versus one product domains. Now, when you're doing a one product store, there's kind of two different ways that you can do it, and I've tested both, and I'll tell you the results that I've gotten from both. So for a general domain on a one product store, it's going to be something kind of general. Like on the screen here, you can see an example, stribble.com, right? Like it can literally be for any product. It's not tied to like any specific niche. It's literally just a general domain that you can kind of tie to any product as you please. So that would be considered your general domain. Now, these work really, really well. I have found a bunch of winners using TikTok ads with these general domains on one product stores. So this is going to be like your more cost efficient way of testing using one product stores, because it'll save you a little bit of money on the domains. Whereas where you have a one product domain, this is going to be essentially a throwaway domain that you buy for $14 just to test the product, and then once you're done testing, you swap it out and you get rid of it, right? Like this is kind of just like a throwaway domain. Now, talking about the cost associated with buying a new domain, it's about $14 through Shopify, and you don't have to pay for it every year. You can just uncheck the auto renew box inside of Shopify. That way you just pay the $14 one time. You can test the product. If it works, cool. Now you can auto renew that domain for as long as you want. If it doesn't work, you can just turn off auto renew and forget about it. So the biggest question here, and the reason I split tested doing a general domain versus a one product domain, is because of that extra $14 per product test. It could add up, especially if you're testing products at volume. And the short answer, it is definitely worth it. We did see an increase in success rates when we started using custom, one product domains. And this is not really an over exaggeration. Like, I am recommending every single person that is product testing on TikTok to do one product stores with one product domains, because this is how we were able to see the most success. In the 48-hour challenge video that I uploaded a few weeks ago, I myself used a one product store with a niche domain. You can see it on the name here. It's sleepy-dreams.com. You can still go look at that store. It's still up and active. So that is the perfect example of a one product store, and we'll also take a look at it in this video as well and how I built it. So yeah, I spent the 14 bucks, made it, and we actually ended up doing $1,500 in 48 hours, and I've made a total of about $1,000 profit on that product in the first week of running it. So I thought it was worth the $14, because if you can get that kind of success from a winning product that soon on, even if you spend $500 buying domains throughout your product testing journey, which by the way is a lot of domains, like I doubt you're going to do that. The second you find a winner, you're going to make all that money back like within a week or two. So I do think it's worth it, and we saw a pretty big increase in our success rates once we started using it. So let's talk about my step-by-step structure on actually building a new one product store. It's super simple and super easy, and I want to kind of break it down like this just so that you guys can really see firsthand what I do when I swap it out. So like if I test a product and now I need to switch the entire store to a new product, what are the steps to do this? All in all, this is going to take you about 30 minutes. Now, if it's your first time doing it, like when I first built this, it took me like an hour or two just because I wasn't fully versed in it. But now that I've done it a few times, I can whip out a one product store literally in 20 to 30 minutes. Like the challenge video store that I made, sleepydreams.com, I actually built that in like 25 minutes. It was crazy. So step number one, collect your images for your product. If you need a video ad, get your video ad, get whatever, images, graphics, whatever you need for the product put together. This should take 5 to 10 minutes depending on your skill level and what softwares you're using. Step number two, making your product description. This should take like 5 to 10 minutes. I have a template right here that makes things super duper easy. I will leave a link in the description to this template so that you guys can go in and use it as well. Essentially, it makes it so that you don't have to use much brain power when you're typing your descriptions. You can literally just follow this step by step, sentence by sentence, and it'll show you how to make a high converting product description right out the gate and pretty fast as well. This, like I said, takes me like 5 to 10 minutes, especially using the template. Step number three is getting your logo put together. So you can either do this on Canva, Paint.net, you can hire somebody on Fiverr, it doesn't matter. I personally recommend to just get Canva and make it yourself, because going through and hiring somebody to make it is pretty like time consuming. Like they're gonna take a day or two, and like I said, we ideally want to get this done in like 30 minutes, an hour maximum, right? So if you have to make your own logo, do it. If you have to hire somebody, go ahead and do it, but try to find somebody fast. Step number four, swap the domain. So this is the part where you go into the Shopify settings, you buy a new domain, and then you change it to your primary domain. Literally takes 5 minutes. Designing the homepage, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Now remember, you already have your images and your videos, and you already have your product description. So all the text and all the images, you're literally just putting them in there now. You're not scrambling around trying to find images or text to put in the homepage. You already have it right in front of you, and you can just copy and paste it all into there. Next is designing your product page. This is also very easy. It's pretty much just a copy and paste job of images and text. Obviously, you want to set your pricing, all those specific nitty-gritty details. This should also only take 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how good you made your description. Step number 7, edit navigation. Step number 8, set up your apps if you have apps that need to be set up. Me personally, I just use currency converters and review apps. So for me, this would be like importing reviews, which usually takes like 5 minutes max, right? Like most of these things take 5 minutes max. So you can just bang them out really fast once you get it done. And then of course at the end you do your final check, make sure everything works, make sure everything looks the way that you wanted it to, make sure that your copy is the way that you wanted it to, and you're done. So it's super simple to do, and now that I broke it down for you, it kind of takes a lot of the pressure off, because once you hear one product store, you think like, oh, I have to build like some sort of Fashion Nova crazy, graphics and all this stuff, and you really don't. Like I want to show you this example called Sleepy Dreams, which is the challenge store. This is just a one product store with a custom domain, custom logo, and you can see the homepage is super duper simple. And if you stick to the same homepage design for every product that you test, you don't have to do any web design or anything like that. You can literally just swap out the words, swap out the images, and you're done. So you can see that the navigation right here you can swap out, the navigation up here you can swap out, and if you click one of these buttons, it'll bring you to the product page, and this is the description that was typed out using the template, and we have our reviews down there. So pretty much everything is covered inside of these 8 or 9 steps that I just gave you. And the one product stores come out looking pretty good, right? Like it's not anything crazy, and you can definitely step in there, invest a little more time if you wish. I would definitely recommend not copying me word for word, or copying the exact homepage template and the exact product page template that I'm using. You can get creative and add your own spice to it, of course. But I just wanted to push the point that it doesn't have to be hard to test using one product stores, especially if you're using like a custom domain. I wanted to address that it is worth the extra $14 to get a custom domain for every product that you test on TikTok, because we did see an increase in sales by doing it. So if you're not running ads on TikTok, I recommend that you do it, and I'm going to continue pushing these strategies out there so that you guys have the best information possible and you guys have the highest chance of finding a winning product that you can get. So I hope this video was valuable for you, and I hope that you're able to bang out one product stores very efficiently now that you've seen this video and you have my steps and you have my product description template and you've seen an example of a one product store that is already proven to work. If you would like to join this discussion, if you have something you want to say, a question you want to ask, leave it down in the comments. I know all the other viewers appreciate it when you guys leave comments, because other people read them, other people read my answers, and it kind of builds this community where you might ask a question and then another person has the same question and they can just go read the answers below. So we all appreciate it, not only me, but also all of the other viewers as well. But that's it for this video. This is Noah Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.